It's officially August. That means it's back to school season for most of us. I'm genuinely excited to go back to school because I love all my classes and I just love the vibe of going back to school. But I know most of you probably aren't, but hopefully this video will help because today's video is tips for high schoolers, mostly for freshmen or sophomores. Since I'm an upcoming junior, I only have as much information as sophomore year basically. But anyway, I have my card or my note card with all my tips, so let's get into it. Okay, I'm just gonna get the boring, studious stuff out the way first. My first tip is locking in. Especially for your freshman year, it's really important to start off strong with your grades because it is hard to boost up your GPA. Like if you start off your freshman year with like a 1 or 2, it's gonna be really hard to get back up to a 3. Speaking from experience, I was not focused freshman year and my priorities were all mixed up and I was just not focused on school. I hated my school and I didn't really care about my grades because I didn't think they were important because I was so used to stuff being so easy in middle school and getting good grades in middle school. But then when I came to high school, I didn't understand. I didn't even know I had a GPA until sophomore year. So yes, keep your grades up because it is super hard to get your GPA back up if you have a bad grades freshman year. Don't set yourself up for failure. Don't start off your high school career with bad grades because even if you don't think your freshman year that you don't want to go to high school or you don't want to go to a super prestigious school, you still want to keep your grades up just in case you do change your mind sophomore or junior year. Because if you have bad grades freshman, sophomore year, and then junior year you decide, oh, I want to go to college or I want to try and go to a competitive college and your grades are bad, it's going to be super hard to get your GPA up and you might lose your chance of going to the school you want. Another thing I wish I did freshman year and sophomore year was taking some APs and other challenging classes. I mean, I don't think it's going to hurt me too much when I'm trying to go to college, but I definitely wish I did more APs because it definitely would look better on my college resume if I took more APs. But I just wish I started taking APs freshman year. Last thing for the locking in part is freshman year and the start of freshman year and start of sophomore year is when you can apply to volunteer at places. And volunteering is good for like if you're trying to dip your toes into career fields or you want to add something to your college resume. Like for example, I wanted to be a nurse last year. Or not like last year, but like my dream career was to be a nurse. So I volunteered at the hospital. Well, I signed up last year to volunteer at the hospital and then I volunteered this summer. So that would look good if I apply to a college for a nursing major. But yeah, now is the time to sign up for any volunteer work. Because you apply January-ish and then you start during the summer. So I guess now isn't the time to apply, but now is the time to start looking because you will need to apply January, February because they won't take your application after then. Section 2 is about social life, and my first bullet for that is try sports and clubs, but don't overbook yourself and don't put this idea of who you need to be, because for the longest time I wanted to be this cheerleader so good at every single sport she does, and that's just not me. Like I quit trying to be that because I tried for years and it wasn't clicking and I wasn't happy. So I accepted that I'm more of an artsy kind of gal. So now I'm gonna try out like the baking club and like other like art clubs like that. I mean, just because cheer wasn't for me and softball wasn't for me, I still want to try like cross country because I know that's a completely different sport, completely different vibe. So just be open to trying stuff and don't limit yourself to being one type of person. Be open to getting to know yourself. And yes, don't get bummed out because not everything will be for you and things will change. When it comes to friends and drama, it does not last. Drama will not last. Rumors will not last. If the whole school's talking about you and you think it's the end of the world and you have to move schools, you don't. You really don't. You don't have to move schools. You don't have to miss school for a week. It's not that serious. Like, most it will last is like a month. people will find something else to be interested in and they'll forget all about your drama. You don't need to move schools. My next section is love and dating. Now, most people say like high school relationships don't last, in which that's true because most people are really immature. But I would say just be smart and don't let your relationship consume your life. Like, don't, start skipping classes or, skipping practices to see this person. Like, don't let it consume your life. A relationship is not your life. And if it is consuming your life and they won't let you, like, be your own self, or you don't have time to be your own self, then it's toxic. You should still be able to be your own person in a relationship. My experience in high school relationships, my boyfriend and I have been together for almost 2 years, and I've known him since like end of freshman year. Sometimes it hasn't been easy, but you have to be mature, and it won't always be great, but you guys will figure it out together. And it definitely takes a lot of work, a lot of patience, a lot of forgiveness, but they can last. High school relationships can last if you try and you be mature and you put the work in. I forgot to add this into the social life part, but popularity really isn't a thing. Like, it's not like Mean Girls. There isn't like a queen bee of the school. Titles don't matter. Like, being the captain on the football team, that really doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't really give you a status, or none of it really matters. Like, even if, don't consume your life into titles and popularity, because after high school, it doesn't matter. Everyone will go off and do their own things. You'll become a rich baddie. Like, it won't matter. And you'll probably forget all about it, and you'll laugh about it later. This part is for you freshmen. It is a chill year, and this is your time to explore things, explore sports and stuff, because then sophomores, you have to lock in, and you definitely have to, if you're into a sport, this is the time where you dive into your sport and you actually start focusing on your sport. But for freshman year, I would say just try a little bit of everything. See what you like before you settle down with it. And don't stress, this is a chill year, but most importantly, please keep up with your grades, because it will be hard to bounce back from that. So definitely keep up with your grades, but have fun, explore yourself, get to know yourself, and have a good school year.